I'm tired of you making excuses, you bunch of wussy natties. Friggin' train harder than last time. Coach Greg, in today's video, deloads are for P word, ends with C's. It rhymes with wussies, and it's not just me saying that. New research shows or perhaps proves that you don't need to take deload weeks after all. And so this new research done by Max Coleman, he's the lead researcher, they put people into two separate groups. One group, they trained for 9 straight weeks. The other group, they took a week off halfway through after a mesocycle of 4 weeks, and they took the week off and then resumed, and they looked at who made better gains, the group with the 1 week off or the group without the 1 week off. And so great research. This is the stuff that you want to know. Some stuff, it's half the stuff that people research. It's like, you already know this, that doing cardio is important, eating a healthy diet. You already know this. But many people, especially those who are super into the science mumbo jumbo, they think, oh, we're natural. We need to take a week off. We can't just keep training hard. That Coach Greg, he's a friggin' moron. Listen to him spewing about training harder than last time. Always going to the gym, pushing yourself. How could that ever work? You need to take a week off. How could you possibly train harder every single time? And so remember, they're training freaking hard. They were training all out to failure. People yelling at them 20 sets per body part for each and every week. In the Deloads Are For Wimps group, they achieved greater gains, that's more gains, that means lots of gains, in 1 rep max and isometric strength. Muscle growth was similar between groups without any clear differences. In absolute terms though, 8 out of 10 effect size measures of muscle growth favored not deloading. And so I want to point this out. Just because a study says something is true doesn't mean it's true for everyone. And so, for example, studies show that creatine works, but doesn't mean that if 1,000 people take creatine that all 1,000 are going to get gains. Maybe it's only 900 out of 1,000. Same as any supplement. But for most people, if you just train full steam ahead, you don't pre-plan deloads, you don't take time off, you are going to make greater gains than those that think, oh, I just completed a mesocycle, 4 to 6 weeks. I need a deload because that's what some scientific mumbo jumbo person just said. And so all that sciencey big words trying to sound smart, all that means is taking a day off when you need it. You know, you're sore. Your biceps are sore and you're at the gym. You're like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do mini curls today. You're walking with a limp because you did squats too hard to impress your girlfriend. And all of a sudden you're sore and so you don't go hard. When I'm going harder than last time on the bike and I go to the gym and my quads are sore, I'm not going as hard. I'm not a moron. I say, yeah, legs are sore. Let's go easy. If I went really hard on shoulders and my shoulders are sore, I'm not going to push as hard. That is an auto-regulatory reactive deload. You feel the soreness, you feel the pain, you feel burnt out, and you say, oh, I'm taking a day off. That makes way more sense, is more practical, allows for greater gains than pre-planning, having a program that says on week 6, the week's off. People say I do 5 sets of 5 with IRR 7, and I go down to 8, 9, 10, then I take a deload because I can't do it harder anymore. That is not as good as taking a rest day when you need it. And what the research says is, why would you need a whole week off? Why? What makes you think that a week is magic? I mean, think of it. It's so arbitrary that there's 7 days a week. Why isn't it 10? I want 10 days in a week. I love the number 10. The metric system, it makes sense. 10, 100, you just keep adding zeros. Why is it 7? People aren't good at math. 7 days a week. What, 2 weeks? 2, 14, 21, 28, 35. You really think that people can do math? People can't do math. But when you think 10, 20, 30, 40, very easy. All you have to do is count at a 0. And so it states it may be more useful than traditional proactive deloads. And so for some people, perhaps it's 1%, 5%, a small portion of the population, taking those pre-planned deloads for them, it's better than doing what I say. But that's the case for everything. For some people, eating once a day makes them better than eating 5 times a day. Not for me, not for most people, but some people, they like that. Some people like Kali Muscle, they go on fast for 11 days. Makes no sense, they do it anyway, and then they end that fast with some breast milk. And so are they really thinking clearly? Maybe explain the thought process that got you to thinking that was a good idea. That is a very polite way of saying, you're a friggin' moron, what is wrong with you? And please explain to me how you came to that conclusion. Could you explain the thought process that went into coming to that solution? Mindlessly planning in deload weeks without evaluating an individual's progress may do more harm than good. As the inventor of reactive deloading, this guy, Menno Henselman, thinks he invented reactive deloading. Really, he invented common sense. I've been training this way since I was 10. How old is he? He's old as Coach Greg. I'm pretty sure I've been doing reactive deloads longer than he's been alive. Imagine the narcissism of thinking you invented something that's common sense that people have been doing for years. The traditional approach of taking 1 week off after each 1 month of training is a completely arbitrary artifact of the Gregorian calendar. And so think of it. The passing of a lunar cycle, the moon, it changes every month. Do you really think there's correlation to how sore your muscles are and that you should take off a week because there's a lunar cycle that just occurred? Really? Really? How could there possibly be a correlation between the moon and your muscles? The muscles are made of water, but it's not the ocean. It doesn't affect the tide. You really think it's somehow affecting the body that way? Of course not. And besides that, a week is way too long. A week. Think of it as cardiovascular athletes. I do cardio. I train. Sometimes we overreach. It means we push too far. You are overreaching, you're sore, and the next day you can't nearly ride as fast. Do you really think we then say, I'm taking a week off? I'm taking a whole week off of cycling, not doing anything. No, it doesn't happen an entire week off arbitrarily every month. That would be way too much. But nothing wrong with a day or two off. What about the weekend off? Perhaps you need some time away from the gym. Perhaps you got injured. Perhaps you're sick. That, to me, the perfect time to take a deload. But to pre-plan it makes no sense. Imagine this. You pre-plan 1 week deload after perhaps training 4 to 6 weeks. And then you take the week off and suddenly you get sick. And then you have to take another week off. And so now, because you took a week off when you didn't even need it, you now are taking 2 weeks off when you actually need one. And so wouldn't it have made more sense to keep training until you then got sick and then take that week off? And to me, that is common sense. That is how I use my brain to figure out these things. It's not that difficult. I just think people choose to not believe their own reasoning. People don't believe that they actually know what they're doing. They just keep hearing big words. Hypertrophy, mesocycle, IRR, RPE, TNA, SMR. And so you hear enough acronyms, enough big words, and you don't know what they all mean. And you think, oh, that person knows what they're doing. I'm taking a week off because I'm natural. I'm not like those people taking terkesterone, Ecti Builder, GO2 Max, creatine pre-workout. I'm natty and I'm better than you, but I have to now take a week off because I can't train hard. I'm tired of you making excuses, you bunch of wussy natties. Friggin' train harder than last time. Moreover, since muscle growth and fatigue are primarily local processes, it happens locally. Your shoulders are sore from a shoulder workout. It doesn't affect your calves. Think of it. Why are you taking a full week off? Because your legs are sore. You can still train your upper body. They are not full body ones. Deloading is best done on a body part specific basis. And so I've already made these videos. You can go and look in my past. I've already done how to take a proper deload. But you didn't watch the video because it wasn't a natty or not. I've got over 3,000 videos. Coach Greg just does natty or nots. And so perhaps if you watched all my videos, you'd already know everything. You wouldn't even need to watch YouTube anymore. You'd be an expert trainer. You imagine if you watch all my videos, all of them, and understood it, you could train anyone. You'd be smarter than me. I've forgotten more things than I've explained. It makes no sense and zero sense to deload your quads because your biceps is fatigued. Let that sink in. Why are you deloading your entire body? Your quads are fatigued. What about your arms? Can you train your arms? Legs are sore. What about your chest? Your back is sore. What about your abs? You can train body parts that are not sore even on a deload week. Do you really think I train every single body part just as hard every single day? Oftentimes my legs are sore from doing a bike race the previous day. And if that's the case, I go easier. Rather than planning to take a week off arbitrarily after a certain set number of weeks, perhaps it's 4, 5, 6 weeks, just go by how you feel. If you still feel good, if you're not sore, keep training. Don't take that week off. And to the opposite extent, if suddenly on week 3, you notice your legs are so sore and you're in the gym, go easy. But if your chest is fresh, go hard. Be reactive. Go into the gym and discover your body. You know your body best. You can hire any coach in the world, perhaps the best one, perhaps it's even Coach Greg. Not saying the best coach, but I'm not a bad one. And I do not know your body as well as you do. You are the master of your body. If I say you should train legs and you're thinking, oh my God, they're so sore. You know they're sore. How do I know? I'm not in your body. I don't know how they feel. And so please listen to your body. Take breaks when you need it. If you're injured or sore, take a break, but don't take a full week off. You don't need it.
Deload is when they go on vacation. Their deload is when they were sick and took a week off the gym.
And if you do take the week off, that's fine, but don't expect to make as many gains as those who are pushing through and going full steam ahead. And if you are training full steam ahead, don't forget to pick up GO2 Max and Ecti Builder to have increased gains. Remember, GO2 Max is my #1 selling supplement, has NMN, and if you know about NMN, you know why it's so good, why it gives you so much more energy, recovery. This is the supplement you want, not only to help you train harder than last time, but also for a healthy heart. And don't forget, click the link in the description, enter code Greg to get 10% off. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. And of course, the Circle Diet book, The Life's Work, How to Lose Weight, Keep It Off for the Rest of your life. Training books, have 3 of them. Take your pick. Also, several cookbooks, PDF and hard copies. Enter on the website, code Greg 10% off. There's also free diet and training programs. Just head over to the website. And until next time, I am out.